Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Below Deck Spurts, a podcast that recaps current Below Deck seasons with two Midwest millennial siblings. I'm Morgan,
I'm Lane.
and today we're recapping Below Deck Season 8, or Below Deck Med, Season 8, Episode 10, Dirty Laundry.
There was a lot of dirty laundry.
Was there? There was actual dirty laundry.
It was actually more like lost laundry.
Yeah.
And like they hired someone that didn't know what was going on
Yep.
on a boat.
Yeah.
She'd never been on a boat with a laundry machine.
A laundry machine.
Laundry machine.
Those
hoping you would just
those
kinda go over
newfangled
that.
laundry machines.
Those newfangled laundry machines.
She's not hand washing her clothes in the creek.
Set them out to dry. Y'all ever heard of this microwave thing?
So the way our episodes work is we start with two quick fun questions for each other based upon this week's episode since we don't watch them together. And then once we get into the episode, we focus on 2 to 4 main points throughout. So today I have the topics new stew, Lily, Kyle and Jack, and the weirdness going on there, which is
Stupid.
so stupid. And these weird charter guests.
They are kind of weird.
That's all I got. Anything else come to mind?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it.
All right. Okay. Do you think Lily lasts for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
I do too. I think they're playing it up like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever. But I also think she lasts.
I think they're playing it up a lot, but what are they gonna do? Fire her and find a new
I know,
stew
right?
for a week?
No.
Or a week and a half. Like there's 2.5 weeks left in the
Right.
season.
Oh, another question.
You only get one.
Sorry.
Just kidding, go ahead.
Do you think Max was actually thinking about leaving, or it was like part of the show for it to be like Max is gonna leave and then Lily shows up and he's like, I don't want to leave anymore? Like it seems too perfect.
It's one of two things. It's either, like you said, Bravo is like, hey, pretend like
Right.
you're gonna leave,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna bring this new girl in. You're
Yeah.
gonna be super into her, or there was just a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we didn't see. Like
That-
if you want your your coworker to stay, you're not just gonna say one thing. You know, like if they show Lucas saying like, "Oh man, you can't leave,"
Right.
and they show Laura saying like, "Oh,
Lara.
Lara, sorry. Like you're no way you're leaving," but like they had to have done so many other things to like keep him on board, you know.
Yeah, potentially. I thought you were referring to him leading up to wanting to leave, because it was kind of surprising that all of a sudden he was like, oh, I want to leave, even though they were kind of building up to it. But I also I believe that he would want to leave because of all the shit that was going on with the interior. But then I go back and forth because I'm like, well, how much does that really affect the deck team? I don't know. You wouldn't know unless you've worked on a boat, I guess, like that.
Yeah, I mean it affects your night out, and
I guess
don't know.
think about your work environment. Like if you have your department, let's say you work in a small department and it's going fine. Like your department itself is fine, but the neighboring department has the worst drama and shit going on. How much would that affect you?
I literally pretty much have this situation, not as dramatic, going on in my workplace, and we just kind of make fun of them.
I know. That's how I feel too. Even in a smaller workplace, if it doesn't directly affect me, if it's not my department, you know, it sucks, or you're like, oh, that sucks for you. But
Yeah.
so, yeah. But I guess it's different because they are like living where they work.
That, and I think the whole crew does get a lot closer, and we just don't see it because they
Right.
can't squeeze everything into 1 hour a week. So I think it does affect them more, where like, oh, I'm friends with this person, this person, this person, but this person has beef with this person, and you know, it just kind of spirals from there.
Yeah. Yeah. Back and forth.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
So, you know, we are president and vice president of Chef Jack's fan club, right? We love him to death. We love him to death.
Advice.
We love him to death. But how embarrassed was he when he got asked to strip for the guests?
Wait, did he really get asked though?
Kinda not. They kinda hit it. And it was kind of like when you ever been in the situation where you don't want to like go on the dance floor, but all your friends go on the dance floor,
Yeah.
and you're like,
You're like, I
yeah.
love this. This is
And
so
it was,
fun.
like he didn't go on the dance floor, but he didn't go to like the side by the bleachers,
Yeah.
and he was just kind of like, yeah,
See, I must have missed. So I know what you're referring to.
yeah,
But I have a different point when it comes to that because my feminist brain is like, men couldn't ask the girls to do this. So I don't think I even really like focused on
Yeah.
that. I know what you're talking about though, when he's like, oh no, Luca and Max are like models.
yeah.
It is awkward.
It's a little awkward. They cut around it,
Yeah.
but like he does have his shirt unbuttoned, and he's like waving Luca's shirt around or whatever. But I'm like, man, at that point, just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We love you, Jack, though.
that was the reason he got into CrossFit. That's what pushed him over the edge. No, we love Jack, and I follow on Instagram, so that's why I know he does CrossFit. I do CrossFit, so when they saw that,
She
I
does
messaged.
CrossFit, and she makes it very apparent. If you don't remember.
Why do CrossFit if you're not going to tell people about it? You know,
Yeah.
same thing with being a vegan.
Welcome to my life.
Why do it if you're not going to tell people? It's only for telling people.
Why tell people that you can only eat eggs inside?
Oh my god,
To tell people.
that was my first note. No eggs outside. LMAO.
Just
And what is
shut the fuck up.
doesn't Toomey says something about it where she's like, it's literally just to be bougie and
Yeah.
difficult, and it's almost to show your status.
Yeah, like I can make you do this.
I
for
can,
me.
yeah, I can say this, and it's so ridiculous, but you're gonna do it because
You're
I
gonna
said,
do it and not complain about it to me.
yeah, whatever. But I loved when we get there. I love that Jack actually did serve eggs, and he's like, come
Yeah.
inside then. Like, I love that they tested her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna serve you eggs, you idiot.
And the thing is, she did stick to it. She went inside.
Yep.
Not like the guests that come on like, oh, I don't drink.
And then they start
And
drinking.
then they're
Yeah,
like, okay, just one. And then they're the drunkest person there, and they're diving off the back of the boat.
that is true. She did go inside.
Yeah, she stuck to
So
her gun.
she stuck to it.
It's something about air with cooked eggs. It's like,
You know, there's air on the inside as well,
yeah,
right?
do you eat eggs in a pressure chamber? What the hell?
I only eat eggs on the moon.
Yeah. I
So-
actually only eat eggs underwater. I've almost drowned 4 times.
Oh, I can't even like fathom how you'd eat eggs underwater. I was trying to think. It would just float away. You'd just be like,
Yeah, so you know, like when kids, like the parents throw the pennies in there.
Yeah.
So you put the girl in the pool, and then you throw hard-boiled eggs in there,
hey, you could definitely eat a hard-boiled egg underwater
Yeah,
for sure.
and then she just kind of comes up like a whale.
I was thinking of like a sunny side up egg. That would be no bueno.
It's possible. I could do it.
Tune in next week when we try to eat eggs underwater.
That's our next video. We don't even cover the next
We do.
episode.
There will be a couple weeks where we're off because I did the math. They said 6 episodes left, and there's like 8 or 9 weeks until the next Below Deck premieres. So we got to fill those weeks somehow.
Hey,
Stay tuned.
Another drunk Q&A coming up.
It's probably going to be, they're probably going to skip Christmas because I think literally
Yeah.
Christmas is on a Monday. So we
take it.
probably won't have an episode on Christmas, and then maybe New Year's Day, because I think New Year's Day is on a Monday too. Anywho,
Anyways, I promise another drunk Q&A coming up.
that was really fun.
That was very fun.
And now I feel like we have more people.
People really liked it too. It did well.
I haven't looked. You look
Yeah.
at all that stuff. I just look at the comments. I look at the comments. Lane looks at everything else.
I look at the analytics
Yeah.
and everything else. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. Do we want to talk about the food first?
I was gonna start with Sandy talking with Kyle.
Okay, go ahead.
So Sandy talked with Kyle. Anyways, you wanted to talk about food? So another big like, is he gonna get fired? Is he not
I
gonna
know.
get fired? Yeah, drop off from the last episode.
Right. And we kind of called it because it would be, there's no reality well, I guess there is a reality. If Natalia and Kyle like got into a fist fight, obviously like they probably
Yeah.
would have both been kicked off. But I was like, after Natalia left, Captain Sandy does not want to lose Kyle.
Wait.
Because he's
No, go ahead. Sorry.
okay. Sorry, I thought I said something wrong.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I cut you off. I apologize.
No, okay. Go ahead.
Who would win in a fist fight? Natalia or Kyle?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like Natalia's scrappy and would just go for the jugular.
I feel like Kyle is too, though.
Yeah.
I think purely due to size, Kyle would win.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Natalia wouldn't put up a fight.
It would be. I would make some parlays.
Anyways, Captain Sandy didn't want to lose two really, really strong stews that could potentially be chief stews on other boats.
Oh yeah.
So I called it. I'm glad she was as firm as she was, because she said, basically, you have one last chance. No one can come to me with a complaint about you, or else you're gone. I think it was either that or kick him off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she wanted to give him one more chance, simply because it's really hard to replace two really high level stews halfway through a season.
Yeah, I mean, she had literally 3 very good first stews, and Jess is clearly a second stew.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really, as far as knowledge base, really, really good. We said that, but they couldn't get past their personal stuff.
Couldn't get along.
So then this is what pissed me off. A lot of things pissed me off this episode.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Kyle basically says, okay, doesn't fight it at all. Immediately goes to his room and is like, I'm leaving. And then Toomey walks in and is like, no, don't leave. And he's like, okay, I won't. Like, he
Yeah.
literally just wanted someone to say, don't leave.
I know. It's like I've had friends in the past like, dude, I'm totally gonna break up with her, and someone's like, well, you don't really have to, and it's like, fine.
Right.
It's like, I'm not telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Or it's like someone that's like, this is it, I'm not having another drink. And someone's like, no, keep drinking. They're like, okay.
like, okay. Shotguns 3 beers.
Yeah. So that's what annoyed me. I was like, it's the constant validation for me. Like,
Yeah, it's stupid. But the one part, I don't know if you have this or not, but the one part where I'm like, I'm gonna hit my head up against the wall is after that interaction where, Kyle's like, I'm leaving. Toomey's like, don't leave. And he's like, okay, fine.
yep.
And that wasn't making fun of either of them. It was just a weird voice I did.
Okay. Thanks for that clarification.
Yeah, anyways. So it goes into an interview with Toomey.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I'm starting to see how Kyle is the common denominator.
Are you just starting to see that?
Is she blind?
No, because she's made comments before how she doesn't fully trust him. So I almost wonder, I'm not in the camp. I'm not in camp Toomey, but like, I think realistically that could have been something she had said weeks ago.
That's exactly what I was thinking
Yeah.
too, that they pulled it from,
Yeah.
a few episodes ago.
Because she's said things like that before. Where
Yeah.
she said things like, okay, he's talking shit about Natalia to me. What is he saying about me to Natalia? Like, she's not, it's not the first time her eyes are opening to that.
Yeah, and for all we know, they literally could have put it in a, 3 episodes ago, that same clip. Who knows?
Yeah. So anyways, he doesn't leave, and we kind of leave it at that. But then Jack calls Kyle a rat.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, God damn.
It kind of is.
Yeah. I said, safe to say they probably aren't friends now.
No.
We'll see, though. Oh, God, it's just so annoying.
It's so annoying that, like... Ugh,
Yeah, because,
it's
I mean,
so annoying.
obviously we'll get to it, but it's like, okay, Natalia leaves. Jack's, like, a little bit upset about it because he liked her and they were friends. But
Yeah.
mostly everybody else is like, okay, let's start fresh. First step, one step in front of the other. Kyle's the only one that is constantly... what I noticed, and again, we'll get to this when we get to the dinner, but what Kyle did at the dinner is exactly what Natalia did at the beach club, where she walks in, she just wants to fight. Yep. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. So Kyle's literally scanning the table, waiting
Yeah.
for what am I going to see that I can pounce on.
Yeah.
After Captain Sandy literally just said, nobody can come to me with
Yeah.
complaints about you or anything. Do not let me hear. It's just like, get over yourself. Do you want a job? I don't know. I thought about this today where, we always say this is a reality show and editing plays a part. And like, none of us are under the illusion that this is 100% the way things happened, right?
Yeah.
However, I think it's safe to say that you can't hide who you really truly are on a reality show either.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like you didn't say those things.
Right.
It's not like they're like cutting word by word, like, I hate you so
Right.
much.
Exactly.
Like.
And so I just have no use. I'm just going to say it. I have no use for people like that. I really don't. That like, you can't even have a dinner. You can't even, go one day without, now we're moving on to the next thing. And that's exactly what it's going to be. And he's going to pick the fight with Jack. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, because Jack seems very kind of passive in a way, not in a bad way where he's like going to curl up into a little ball and let Kyle do whatever he wants, but he's not Natalia who's going to scream back, and he's not really like Toomey either who's going to cause a big scene. I just don't know what's going to happen.
I think Jack could kick some ass.
Yeah, and I think he's also a professional. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's also what's getting lost in this, is that these are very high-level professionals making a lot of money on a yacht.
Of money.
And there is something to be said about that. Like,
Yeah.
and we've talked actually to past charter guests who say they do come off as really professional, which is good, obviously. Like, they wouldn't be where they are if they don't. But I don't know. You have to conduct yourself in a way that... I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's just, it's frustrating.
I mean, yeah, it's frustrating to see like, oh, they're making this amount of money for 2 days work and they're complaining, bitching, and moaning like high schoolers.
I know.
Yeah.
And I always say this, the season itself is what, 6 weeks?
I think so, yeah.
It is not a long time.
No.
Like, it doesn't need to be what it is, with like a war zone for 6 weeks,
Seriously, yeah.
So...
And I know that if it was peaceful, there wouldn't be a TV show about it. But
I think there still would.
It wouldn't be on Bravo.
It wouldn't be on Bravo. Yes, that is true. It'd be on like the History Channel.
Yeah.
Which I'd watch it.
Well, if there was aliens, it would be on the History Channel.
Right.
But
YouTube. Netflix. YouTube.
Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that on YouTube.
Oh my God. This is really dramatic, but Selling Sunset on Netflix is like, think about the drama on Below Deck times 10. It's literally all drama.
They have to be killing each other.
They basically are, in fancy girl ways. It's becoming a lot. Anywho, Max is still set on leaving. Nobody wants him to. Luca doesn't. Lara doesn't. If I hear the fact that he's not getting a boner in the morning one more time, but then the whole episode really kind of wraps around the fact that he's not getting a boner. So
yeah, I wrote down several times, I'm tired of hearing about Max's wiener. I don't want to hear about it.
I think they thought, oh my God, so funny, so cute.
No,
not really.
And the little graphic they have
Was like, what?
It's a clock with an Eiffel Tower. It makes no sense.
He refers to it as his Eiffel Tower.
I get that, but it's a clock with an Eiffel Tower that moves from 6 to 7. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't really.
It should be the pointer's over here, and then it goes this way.
Yeah, that's true. It should just be on its side, and then when it stands straight up like the Eiffel Tower. Perfect. Didn't need to be a clock.
It could just be an Eiffel Tower that's like this, and then it slowly goes like this.
Why didn't they hire us to edit the...
I don't know. There's a couple things in here where I'm like, I would not have done that.
You actually do know how to edit, too, so you...
I do, but, like, not a professional. Don't come at me. But I have opinions.
And I'll tell you them if you want.
If you want.
So then Lily joins the crew, and Max is immediately interested. Wow, surprise, surprise. Kyle goes back to Captain Sandy, and I can respect what he said.
Yes.
I think he approached it the right way. Okay. Sorry, this rarely happens that we don't get it all in one take.
Yeah.
But my garbage alarm went off because we're recording on a day we usually don't record, and it's my garbage day. So
It's our garbage day.
I bet you guys are so glad you know that now. Okay, so what I was saying was I appreciate the way he did go back to Captain Sandy. She appreciated it as well. Mm-hmm. But then leaves her and immediately just goes back to who he is.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I appreciate that's what you did, but did you even really mean it?
I know. And it's what scares me is when you watch that scene, you're like, oh, he means it. He wants to change. He wants to be mature about it. And then instantly just back to the old ways. And I'm like, that's scary.
I know.
That's terrifying.
I know. And it's literally, you can just see, he's like, everything is going well. We can't have this.
Like, nah, it's too good.
Everybody's getting along too well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this was arguably the funniest thing that happened in in this episode, and it was so quick. So the charter guests are walking towards them. They're coming on. The charter's starting. Captain Sandy goes, "Ooh, they're gonna tease the boys," and I'm like, Captain Sandy, they're your age. Like,
I missed that part.
I know, it was so quick. Yeah. Nobody would notice it but me. I heard her go, "Oh, they're gonna tease the boys," and I'm like, Captain Sandy, they're in like their 60s maybe.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just funny because she like totally meant it too. Yeah. She's like, "Oh, here they come."
It's like when the age gap just doesn't quite connect with the humor. You're like, yeah, for sure, boss.
Oh, okay. What else? So they get into the charter. We realize Lily is green.
Yes.
Which I think I was a little surprised because, like, again, I don't know. You never know when they say this. They have small boat experience because like Haley was that, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And like she's been fine.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of take that with a grain of salt where it's like, okay, it doesn't always mean the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it comes down to how big the boats were, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all the technology seems to be the same, at least on the deck. Just bigger ropes, bigger boats.
Yeah. Bigger laundry machines.
I know what I'm talking about. Bigger laundry machines. No, that's the way of the future.
You know what is the way of the future?
What's that?
Dippin' Dots.
Hell yeah.
You guys ever heard of Dippin' Dots?
You ever heard of Dippin' Dots? They are the future of ice cream.
How far in the future? We don't know.
Millennium.
When they introduced Dippin' Dots in arguably the 90s, I think we should look up when Dippin' Dots were created. Do you want to know?
Kinda.
When were Dippin' Dots invented? 1988.
1988.
Okay, so Dippin' Dots was made in 1988. Microbiologist Kurt Jones used his knowledge of cryogenic technology. Oh, you know who Kurt Jones is?
No, I know a little bit more than I thought I knew about them.
About Dippin' Dots?
Yeah.
Cryogenic technology, an unconventional ice cream treat that's remarkably fresh and flavorful, introducing the world to beaded ice cream.
Do you know why not a lot of places have them and why they're like not really a thing anymore?
Because you can't store them in a normal freezer. You told me that like a few days ago.
Take all the wind out of my sails.
You literally
pretend I didn't tell you.
When did you tell me that? Was that in the back of the Uber when we were making the Uber driver laugh in Chicago?
I don't fucking know.
Remember that was that's a highlight.
That is a highlight.
When you make your Uber driver laugh like so much.
Yeah, because when we got in, he was like, "Hey," and then by the end, we were making him laugh.
He was like almost crying laughing.
We were riffing pretty good there.
We were. All right. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled.
Anyways, just want to say all my points going forward, or what? Just can't fucking pretend. Give me the spotlight for 2 seconds. Whatever.
All right. You want to cut that out? You want to go back?
No, I don't.
Cut that out. I'll act like What do you know about Dippin'
No,
Dots?
I don't want your pity. I don't want that.
Okay, so then these charter guests don't want to do anything,
Yeah.
which, I mean...
Well, I mean, if they get hurt, what are their grandkids going to say? Like, jeez.
Like, I think Captain Sandy literally thought these guests were younger than they were.
Yeah.
She's like, no, get them out on the slide. Like, you want these old ladies out on the slide?
Yeah, throw them off the side of the boat.
Get them on the trampoline.
Yeah, put a GoPro on them.
Get them on those sea bobs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. But anyway, it works. I mean, eventually they...
Yeah. Like, hey, what about this?
Yeah.
They're like, you know what, we'll do it. Like, okay, that was pretty easy.
All right, well, I don't know if we needed to include that, but whatever.
Yeah.
So they want to dock in Portofino, which is really hard because it's very high end, lots of boats, small port. They got to back in and everything. $1 million boats everywhere, and they don't have ground lines, so they have to use anchors. That's what I know about that.
That's what I wrote down too.
Good. They did good.
Yeah.
And Captain Sandy's buying them ice cream.
Yeah. And
Full circle. Back to the Dippin' Dots.
yes. They need to be worldwide. But Captain Sandy did say that none of them had anchored that way in a port before, and they did a really good job.
Yep.
So she brought them out for Dippin' Dots. Or ice cream, the worst part of Dippin' Dots. Whatever.
Dippin' Dots gelato version. Oh my god. Dippin' Dots were the coolest thing as a kid, though. But
I mean,
only
you got a
kids.
brain freeze every single time, but it was worth it.
Yeah. I guess I never knew that you couldn't store them in a normal freezer.
I think we learned that when we brought them home, and then we put them in the freezer and then brought them out, and it was just like a rock.
Solid. Can't you buy them at the store, though?
I don't think so.
I swear you used to be able to, but I don't know. All right.
Enough about Dippin' Dots.
Enough about Dippin' Dots. That's a whole separate podcast.
Yeah, we have
We have a
actually have a podcast about Dippin' Dots.
We should start making a list of all the podcasts we have.
It's like all the band names people come up with.
Shane Gillis Appreciation Podcast.
Yeah.
Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots.
What else?
Chef Jack.
Yeah. No, I felt like there was one other thing, but I can't remember. Lily lost Captain Sandy's underwear, ? We never really get clarity on that.
Yeah. I
Do
saw
we?
on Twitter that Lily actually just stole them and left the boat.
She's just
Spoiler.
She's posting Instagrams in Captain
Yeah.
Sandy's underwear.
She's wanted.
She's wanted.
In Captain Sandy's underwear.
They're having a white party, to which I was like, okay.
All right, relax. It's 2023.
What's wrong with all the other colors?
Yeah,
but
what
that's
the
all
hell?
I'm saying, you know. Whatever. So we can go into the food then, because the one meal we get is the white party dinner, and it's white themed. Again, I'm not gonna say it.
Fucking relax.
I didn't say it, you know.
You need to relax. I do have a little bit on the food.
Okay.
So, the first part is white asparagus and pomegranate salad.
Interesting.
Do you know what white asparagus is?
No, do you?
I do.
Okay.
I've known it for years.
It's the asparagus of the future.
Exactly. They paint it white with like lead paint. It's great. No, apparently when you grow asparagus, if you don't give it any sunlight, it comes out white and sweeter than normal asparagus.
Well, my follow-up question would be, how does it grow if it doesn't have sunlight?
Why you gotta call me out like that? I don't fucking know.
Okay. It says, yeah, it's grown without sunlight, but I want to know how it can grow without sunlight.
You keep putting me on the spot. I read the same 2 sentences you just did. I don't fucking know.
Let's see. It says, let's see if I can find this really quick so we don't waste a ton of time. Is it hard to grow white asparagus? It's not hard to grow or cook white asparagus, but it does take a lot of dedication. That doesn't really help me.
That doesn't sound easy.
No, it looks like it's grown like obviously normal asparagus, but here we go. How does white asparagus grow without sunlight? It's grown underground and under the cover of plastic. Let's see. This prevents them from developing chlorophyll as they undergo the natural photosynthesis that happens in most plants when they're exposed to sunlight. That still doesn't really answer it. I guess I'm just confused, but it's going to just be a mystery because I'm not going to do any more Googling.
Let us know if you know.
Yeah, if you're a white asparagus, I was going to say
Expert.
aspert.
Anyways, they pair that, or he pairs that with pomegranates,
Yeah.
and they complement each other because white asparagus is a little more sweet and pomegranates are a little more bitter. And what's the other word?
Tangy?
Other word? No.
Citrusy? No, they're not
Tart.
citrusy.
Tart.
I would have eventually come up with that.
And then he makes smoked salmon.
Orchette?
What? Do you know what it is?
I have it written down. Orchette. It's either orchette or orchette, and I can't remember how they say it.
I have acciati. And I don't know what that is or how to spell it.
Let's see. I know how to spell it. I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can play it out loud.
She's lying to you guys. That computer isn't even on. It's a floor model.
I'm like... No, it's literally just a shape of pasta.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
And it's what a white
Bolognese?
white bolognese with capers in it.
Oh, wait, no. White wine sauce.
White wine sauce.
I think there was white bolognese somewhere.
I don't know.
They go so fast through the food.
They go so
You
fast.
gotta cut us some slack here. They literally take like 3 seconds on it.
Yeah, but it had capers in it, and I love capers.
Do you? Mm-hmm. I don't.
Love them.
Are they like olives?
I feel like they taste better than olives.
Are they in the olive family?
Maybe.
Capers. It's a... Oh God, why is this so difficult? It says they taste like floral, bitter, slightly tart. Are the capers in the olive family? Olives and capers come from completely different plants. We are just striking out today.
Yeah.
0 for 10.
But yeah, I really like capers because when you have like just a big bowl of spaghetti from a nice place and you take a bite and you get that little like shot of caper, you're like, oh, that's good.
No, I don't like it.
Didn't ask.
I had a lobster roll once that the capers, it came on and I picked them all off.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was good. The lobster roll, not the capers. So that went well. And then, oh no, I lost my place because I went back up to the food. Oh yeah, then they asked the guys to strip.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying, men couldn't do that. Men could not ask so what I'm saying is I don't think it's right either way, but that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way it would be okay if it was a group of guys that are like, hey, all the girls strip for us.
Right. No. I don't, it's not, to me, it's like not cute, not funny. I've never really, I guess, been into that as a girl anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. So I just kind of glossed over that because I was like, oh, real original too, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
It's like, did you want blow up dolls too for your party?
Right.
Like, real original.
Oh, thank God Max's boner is back.
Yep.
I was so worried.
So worried.
So thank God we got to that part at the end.
And we didn't have to hear about it again.
And, well, we don't know if we might hear about it. Toomey's story with one of the guests in the past with the raspberries all over the sheets.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck?
She was talking about that because of the egg girl.
Yeah.
Eating eggs outside. And she's like, I once had a guest ask for raspberries every night and they'd be all over the sheets. How rude.
Yeah, but you're paying for it.
I know, but it's still rude.
Yeah, it's rude, but if you're paying for it.
I hate people.
Well, yeah, me too. But
I
if I
hate
was paying
humans.
thousands and thousands of dollars, I'd probably go down when I was drunk to the galley and be like, hey, give me a dozen eggs. And I would just throw them into the ocean.
Well, in the daylight or the nighttime?
Whenever I was drunk.
I was going to say, because the nighttime you wouldn't even be able to see them.
It'd be fun, though.
It'd be funner to hit golf balls off the end, at the end of the boat like they did the one time.
I don't know. That's not very environmentally
No, they disintegrate, I think.
normal golf balls.
No, they're not normal golf balls, but I'm pretty sure golf balls that you hit off of a yacht are different.
Oh, yeah.
I should look that up, but I'm too lazy. I'm doing too much Googling. Okay, I'm
Hucking-
done with the Googling.
Hucking eggs is pretty fun, though.
Or golfing
Anyways.
with eggs.
That's just going to land right under the tee.
Well, I'm just trying to get creative here.
We are just all around everywhere during this episode.
The shot of Lily tripping. Did you catch that? It was the
Yeah.
I said the funniest part was when Captain Sandy was like, "Oh, these girls or whatever," but that was actually the funniest part.
It was just like a little, like you could just barely see her and just poof.
And they don't even say anything about it. That's what made it so funny.
Yeah,
Is
that
they
was
literally
pretty
just
funny.
showed it, went to something else,
Like
and I was
Toomey
like,
didn't even look at her. She just walked away.
I love that. That's my kind of humor. Just show her eating shit, then they just leave her.
Just move on.
They just move on. So yeah, that's basically it. The guests leave, and the tip is $18,000.
Which is really good for a 1-day charter.
It is. That's what I was gonna say. I forgot that it was a 1 day, and that's why this, of course, went by really quick.
Didn't the episode feel like it was like 45 minutes?
It was 45 minutes.
Was it?
They technically are when you watch them on Peacock.
Oh,
Do you watch them on Peacock?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems shorter.
Yeah. I always watch because, like, I don't know. But yeah, on Bravo, obviously it's an hour. But when you watch on Peacock, they cut it. They cut the commercials out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So, but yes, it did seem like a short episode. I think because the ones where they're just screaming at each other all the time, like, feel much longer.
Yeah, they kind of drag it out.
So then we finally, like, we're towards the end of the episode. They go out to dinner, and God,
It's another one of those like
we talked about
who do
earlier.
I want to attack.
Yep. Bam. So I wrote, Kyle is out of line at dinner. I didn't hear Jack say anything bad to Lily, but Kyle just has it in his mind that Jack is talking shit. From what we saw, Jack did not say anything. He was actually pretty careful to say, like, I am not going to tell you because I don't want to, what's the word when you say,
Gossip.
taint your
Oh,
opinion of someone that you know, which I can appreciate. Like, I also believe that as well. Like, you can form your own opinion about everybody. I don't need to tell
Yeah,
you.
he's pretty brave with you around.
Yeah,
It's like, what does that even mean?
I know. And they didn't show us how Jack responds, but I want to see.
If I know Jack, he just walked away.
Yeah. I would be like, I'm sorry. Was I talking to you? Like, I'd be like the assertive, where I feel like Natalia was aggressive, and, like, I don't know, we don't know yet, but, like, of Jack being like, if he just brushes it off. But, like, all you can do is kind of just shut those people down. Like, you
Yeah.
can't fight with them because they want to fight. You also can't, like, roll over, but you have to be like,
Yeah, somewhere in the middle of
yeah.
that.
It's so infuriating, and it's really sad because I'm gonna be honest, like, I liked Kyle last season, and I was really excited to see him again this season, and it's really disappointing, to be honest.
I didn't get my hopes up for him and Natalia.
Yeah.
They were so dramatic last season.
They were, but it was, like, manageable. Like, it was more like brother-sister fighting rather than, like, I fucking hate you. Like,
Yeah.
just no. And I think that when we talk about the drama and the line that's drawn between, like, drama that's interesting versus drama that's annoying, I think that's the line of, like, yeah, you can fight, your coworkers, or you're very close. You can fight like brother, sister, whatever. But when it gets to the point of you being like, I fucking hate you, I hope you die.
Yeah.
Whoa. Like, no, I don't enjoy that. I don't know that anybody does. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would much rather see like they go out, they get too drunk, they start yelling at each other.
Yeah, and
it's like, oh shit, that was dramatic, and then the next day they walk up like, hey, that was stupid.
Kind of like the Max and Kyle thing, where it was like that fight was ridiculous.
Yeah, and they even solved it that night,
Right?
Because Kyle found a more dramatic thing to be interested in. But yeah, Max was literally like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah.
There's a language barrier. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I pissed you off. I didn't mean to come up and ambush you.
Yeah.
And then Kyle's like, well, I don't really have any room to stand on to
Yeah.
argue. Well,
He could have. He
I
could
don't
have.
know.
He could have like kept the grudge, but didn't. Anywho, there's 6 episodes left, like I said. So I'm guessing we will have an episode like next week, the week after, and then probably take a Christmas break,
Yeah.
come back. So much happened in the preview.
Yeah,
Do you have notes?
I do.
Okay, what happened?
Okay, I just have a few bullet points.
Okay.
So it looks like the guests going forward are going to be a handful. There's a clip of a guy
Dropping a glass.
dropping the glass, hammered, walking down the stairs, and Captain Sandy being like, put him in line, otherwise we're kicking him off the boat. I bet he
Yes.
gets kicked off the boat.
I hope he does.
Max and Lily hook up,
Yep.
and then the whole thing with Jess calling Luca fuckboy, playboy,
Yeah.
because one of his friends or one of their friends is in town. Don't know the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know it.
Natalia comes back.
Natalia comes back.
Which, from what we saw, I feel like it's just she's probably working on another boat
I bet Bravo put her in a hotel for a week.
or a day,
Yeah.
a single night.
It's literally what? Yeah, it's literally been like a day or two.
What do you mean?
No, I meant like she left the boat. Bravo put her in a hotel until they brought her back on the show.
Oh yeah, I guess we don't know that timeline.
Yeah.
They're not that like. I think from the time she left to the end of the season's only like 3 weeks ish,
Yeah.
2.5 to 3 weeks ish. So I'm guessing it wasn't a super quick turnaround. I'm guessing maybe she came back the next week or towards more towards the end.
And like she didn't have to come back.
No,
No, like she didn't.
they love the drums.
Uh,
And then Jess kisses Max,
yeah.
which is like I think probably nothing. But
So I'm gonna go on record here,
okay.
and I don't know anything more than anyone else, but I think
I mean,
Jess-
you'd think we would because of our
we
popularity.
are the below experts.
yeah. But go ahead. Sorry.
We have over 100 subscribers on YouTube. All right. People love us. I'm gonna make a bet right now that Luca is not in the wrong
What do you mean? In the wrong with what?
with the whole fight between him and Jess.
See, okay, you can go on record with that, but I'm taking it like a step back where it's not even that big of a deal. What I'm envisioning every time, because Bravo does this to us, every time it's like something so dramatic, it ends up not even really being. So I think it's probably like they just got drunk and Jess is a little bit insecure because Luca, of course, does hook up with a girl every time he's on a different girl, every time he's on a boat.
Yeah. He's very open about that.
Right.
Very open about
So I
that.
think she just gets like sensitive or whatever about that and then kisses Max. But like, I can't see Luca getting mad about that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He doesn't really get mad about anything.
Yeah, I used to hate Luca. I'll admit that. But
You
I'm a
only
big
hated
fan.
him because he replaced Adam, right?
Yeah, but no. Cool
You need
guy.
to ask Adam to come on the podcast.
We do.
I feel like that would be like a possibility. Okay, so we are just, I think we've said this before. We're literally just lazy. Like, we literally just
Yeah.
don't ask people. Like, we just need to get out there and start asking people to come on the podcast.
Like literally we've asked what, like 3 people.
I think 2.
And you went on Instagram Live with one of them. Another one wants to do an interview, and the other one said they would do an interview at some point.
Right. So we've like are
Like,
pretty much
We're
3
batting
for
3
3,
for 3.
but we're just lazy. Give us a break. So, but if there is someone you'd like us to interview, and think outside the box, right? Because like I'm gonna go on record saying we're probably never gonna interview Kyle or Natalia.
No, I don't really want to either.
So if you think outside of the box and you're like, oh, I really liked this person from a past season, we're kind of more kind of more open to stuff like that. Like I would rather interview, and maybe this wouldn't get us as much views or clicks or whatever, but I'd rather interview people I liked from past seasons rather than anybody from current seasons just to get the views.
Yeah, like Sheffy from the last season of Sailing Yacht.
Yep, I would totally
cool.
have her on. I loved her. Of Aisha, of course.
Yeah, we're not stopping until we get an interview with Aisha.
Which we haven't even started, so.
Well, not stopping the podcast, I mean.
You know what, though? I think Brad did reach out to Aisha.
Did he?
Yeah, and she didn't respond, but it's okay. We're getting there, guys. We're
getting
growing. Really proud of us, and
Yeah.
again, the YouTube numbers go up every week.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We are so happy you're here with us, and this is what matters to us. Of course, we do want to do the interviews. We do need to stop being so lazy, but it's just fun, and like we said, we're never ever gonna try to make this something that we dread doing. So yeah. Secret word.
Word of the day is, can you guess?
No.
Okay, no fun.
Do you want me to guess?
Yeah. It's 2 words.
2 words.
Has something to do with the episode.
Okay. Can you give me one more hint?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think you'll get it.
Okay.
Something to do with the guests.
No eggs?
Inside eggs.
Inside eggs. Dang it.
Inside eggs. You're close.
I do like that one. That's good.
Yep. Comment
Secret-
inside eggs if you've made it this far.
Secret agent inside eggs. That's what it makes me think of.
Imagine, like, everyone else is like, Secret Agent Wolf. Secret Agent Ice. Secret Agent Inside Eggs. What the hell, guys? It's a random name generator. I don't know,
God.
man.
Okay, so now we can talk about whatever we want to because we already said the secret word. Speaking of that, it's so funny you say that because this is what made me think of it. Okay, I'm watching that Mother God documentary on Max.
Oh, yeah.
It is insane. If you like, you know what? If you like anything, if you like to watch television, you need to watch this documentary.
Do you have a pulse?
Do you have a pulse? Because it's the craziest thing I've ever watched. And I was on my Instagram story earlier. I've watched a lot of true crime stuff. I've watched a lot of cult stuff. This is the single-handedly craziest thing I've ever watched. But going off of what you just said, so they, of course, do the cult thing where they give them names. Mm-hmm. They can't just be their normal names.
No.
But it's actually freaking hilarious when they're interviewing these people because, okay, there is, I don't want to give any spoilers, so I won't, but a lot of people that they interview are still so deep in it.
Really?
Like, oh, yeah. Like, I think that's what makes it the craziest is like most of the cult stuff you watch are from people who have gotten out, right? And they have a perspective now of like, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But these people are still so deep in it. So I think that's why it's so crazy. So they show their names as like the lower third or whatever. Mm-hmm. One of them was Commander Buddha. So Brad and I saw that. We laughed, right? What was funnier was the next guy was just Adam. Or just Greg. Or something like
everyone fucking hates Greg.
Or just Dylan or something.
Yeah.
Like some random white guy name. Commander Buddha and Greg.
It's like, this guy is Tiger Belly Fire Master. And that guy, that's
Dylan.
Matthew.
So we were dying laughing. Like Commander Buddha itself is funny.
Yeah.
But it's even funnier when it's followed up by Dylan. But yeah, oh my God, I could talk about this documentary for forever. But another crazy part about it is, well, there's so many crazy parts. I want you to watch it so bad. You need to watch it so we can talk about it.
Okay.
Maybe that could be our special episode is we'll talk about that. Number one, she is Mother God, so she thinks she's God, but she's Mother God, obviously, because she's a female. And they have this collage of her surrounded by all of these celebrities who she was them in past lives. But then they throw in like Donald Trump, and you're like, he's still alive.
Still alive.
So that's funny. But then she says her number one like commander or her like sidekick or number two or whatever is Robin Williams. So we were like, leave Robin Williams out of this.
Say, I don't like that. Don't you mess with him.
You need to watch it though, because it's crazy. I was like, what's crazy though is that they're Trumpers too. Like,
really?
well, yeah, they love Donald Trump. He's part of the thing.
Yeah.
I forget the reason they
That's
say.
crazy.
I forget the reason they say they like him. But yeah,
You don't delusional.
You don't typically see that.
Yeah.
He's also delusional. But what was another one? She said she was Joan of Arc. Who else was she in past lives? Marilyn Monroe.
So just the most popular.
Right. I was like,
females.
it's so interesting that she was all of these popular celebrities. She just wasn't a random person in past lives. It was always a celebrity.
Yeah, you weren't like Dana Smith from Idaho.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Before she was Mother God, she was a manager at McDonald's. And the way they buy into that, because, of course you'd be like, why was God working at McDonald's? They say, of course she had to work at McDonald's. Okay. She worked at McDonald's to put her love into the food.
Tell me I've never eaten at that McDonald's. Holy shit.
You gotta watch it. There's so many just random funny things.
Is it kind of like Tiger King?
It's
like that delusional?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say that level of delusion where you're like, what am I watching?
Yeah, you're like, there's no way these are real people.
But the jump scare that happens in the first like 2 minutes.
Is it that one where the car is driving and then the guy jumps out?
That's so niche. You have to be like our age to get that.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you have to watch it so you know what I'm talking about, because I don't want to do spoilers for you or for anybody else.
Okay. I want to watch this now.
What's
it called?
It's called like Love Has Won, because the cult is Love Has Won and she's Mother God. So it's like Love Has Won, the Mother God story or something.
Love Has Won what?
I don't know. Still got to find out. I've actually only watched the first episode. We're going to watch the second one
That
tonight.
was all one episode?
Yes, there's 3.
Holy shit.
Yep. And I've heard that number 1 and number 2 are like, they're fucking crazy. This is funny. And then episode 3 hits and you're like, oh, this is fucked up.
Yeah, they break out the Kool-Aid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I won't keep talking about that, but I might talk about it next week because I probably will have finished it by next week. So.
And maybe I'll have watched it by then.
Oh, man. All right. That's all we got.
If you made it this far, what's your secret word?
Oh, God. If you've made it this far, Mother God.
Mother God, if you've made it this far.
No. Let's do Love Has Won, because Mother
won.
God's a little weird as a secret word. I don't want people thinking we're weird. The secret word, if you've made it this far, is Love Has Won.
Imagine.
They're like,
can you imagine you like just find our episode, you just see Mother God, Mother God, Mother God, and they're like, this is a fucking cult. Love Has Won is a lot better.
That's a little weird too, though, because again, if you're just watching and you go through the comments and you see Love Has Won, be like, are these like, who are these people? Are they starting a cult?
It's better than Mother God.
It is. Yep. All right, we will not stay in your ears any longer. So thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.